I'm not even a Star Wars fan, but damn it, I still love Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That being said, I still can't recommend this game to everyone, which makes me big sad. Before we talk about what went wrong with it, let's talk about the game itself first. The story begins 5 years after the events of Jedi Fallen Order, as the Empire's grips have tightened even more around the galaxy. The whole gang from the first game seems to have disbanded, with the only OG remaining in the fight against the Empire being Cal. He has joined forces with other characters, most notable of which is Bode. A new villain called Dagan Gera is introduced into the fray, who basically got the Captain America treatment and wakes up in the current era. Because of the threat posed by him, the story turns into a tale about the band getting back together to face new challenges across new planets, most notable of which is Kobo. The rest is up to you to find out, and I won't spoil anything major. This is one of those stories that is carried by its cast. Cal is no longer a rookie, he's a seasoned Jedi who's more badass and more handsome than ever. Goddamn, what a glow up. His main struggle in this story is trying to stay true to the Jedi way even when shit keeps falling apart all around him. It gives him way more personality as we explore emotions like grief and rage through him. Also, he actually manages to finish off his opponents this time around, which is a much needed change.
It's time to set you free.
It's great to see Cal's relationships evolve with characters like BD1 and Marin.
Do you trust me?
Yes.
Grease is also treated like someone who is more than just a comic relief. He has actual depth and even acts like the voice of reason at times. Bode is basically Vin Diesel because to him, it's all about the
family.
The acting is top notch from pretty much everyone, but my personal favorite is Grease.
Cal, get over here, you son of a bogling! Oh, it's been a while. I missed you, kid.
Hey.
Let me look at you. You look terrible.
The writing makes you care about these characters and makes them matter to you. Everyone has some sass and personality to them. Seriously, the characters were the only thing that kept me going when I was contemplating killing myself after hearing the word Tanalor for the 1500th time. Big bombastic set pieces are used sparingly and can be very good here at times. Now, it's not all good, obviously. The main villain comes off like a whiny bitch a lot of the times. And you know that thing that games do where you're absolutely dominating in a fight, but then the opponent just wins in a cutscene? Yeah, that happens a lot here, and damn it, I absolutely hate it.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Also, because of the approach they took with the gameplay here, the pacing loses a bit of tightness here, just like your mother. But overall, this is still the best story that Star Wars fans have gotten in years. Which, yeah man, you gotta feel happy about it considering how much shit these dudes have been put through over the years.
I don't want to.
Jedi Survivor's gameplay follows the perfect blueprint for a sequel, which is basically just carrying over pretty much everything from the previous game and just going all in on expanding upon it. Jedi Fallen Order is also a good game in my opinion, and I think playing both these games back to back is what made me appreciate Jedi Survivor so much more than I would have otherwise. First off, I just want to praise the Lord for the fact that we don't have to unlock the same moves from the previous game all over again because of some bullshit reason. I fucking despise when sequels do this. Come here, Respawn, take this kiss. And also, please give me Titanfall 3 already. Jedi Survivor has one of my favorite platforming systems in this type of game.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
Like, I think the last time I liked platforming this much in a third-person game in this particular genre was in the OG God of War games. By the way, thank you Sony and Santa Monica for giving us Kratos with the N-word pass instead of remastering or porting the OG God of War games to current generation hardware for the 20th anniversary. Very cool indeed. Of course, you have all the double jumping, wall running, faster climbing, and force-assisted parkour abilities from the previous game, but now there's also dashing, and they also added something which instantly makes any game better: a goddamn grappling hook, baby. There are also more tools in the environment itself which enhance the platforming even further. Oh, and you can also use these space bats to glide now. Literally Batman. Now don't get me wrong, it can be the jankiest shit on the planet at times. What is even happening, bro? But most of the times, the way this game lays out all these different obstacles and forces you to use every move you have is what makes this platforming system so fun. It is engaging and actually requires the player to pay attention instead of just having you hold the left joystick in one direction until you doze off into the sweet embrace of sleep paralysis mid-game. They legit made the platforming so much better than the previous game to the point that we now have full-blown traversal challenges in the game, which really can be challenging but are also so satisfying. Not gonna lie, this really does feel like a generational leap from the previous game in this regard. See what I did there? That's great because exploration plays a huge role here. Jedi Survivor follows the semi-open world approach where you have multiple small open worlds or planets to explore, but this time most of the attention and love is given to this one huge planet called Kobo. You also have the option to ride different creatures now, and of course fast travel is more essential than ever because of the bigger environments. Cosmetic customizations for Cal have received a massive glow up just like my boy himself. Seriously, I just can't get over the fact that over the course of one game, my boy went from I'll have her home by 8 to she calls me daddy too. Now the exploration does have some major problems. This game desperately needed a mini-map cause my god, the navigation is an absolute pain in the ass at times. The layout of certain locations or levels can be so confusing at times, not to mention that some areas are just straight up dog shit in terms of design. Take this one for example, where I wanted to go to the room in front of me, but there's a lift here which activates automatically, so instead you're stuck on a 1-minute elevator ride down and then another 1-minute elevator ride to get back up. Then once you finally get back up and reach the other side where you wanted to go, if you want to return back to the room where you started at, you have to repeat the whole lift process again, and as a bonus, this shit can also happen. Wait, what? Oh my god. What the hell am I supposed to do now? So now you're basically stuck here and have to restart the game to continue playing.
Wow.
What the even is this shit, man? And also, if you are going for a Metroidvania type design where you can't progress through certain locations until you have progressed a bit more into the story, place the barrier to entry at the beginning of the location and not 5 minutes into it. Coming back, there are legit side quests in the game now which shine mostly because of the solid core gameplay. It feels rewarding to wander around because you almost always end up finding something worthwhile, whether it be a challenge, a cool cosmetic, upgrades, awesome optional boss fights, or interesting puzzles. Oh, and about that, it's been a while since puzzle solving in a game like this has actually made me use my brain. And unlike some other games, the reason why you have to solve puzzles aren't too retarded here. Exploration is also helped by the fact that Jedi Survivor can look very pretty at times. Now if I'm being honest, the raw graphics here aren't anything too special, but some levels like this one, which is my personal favorite, can look very pretty because of the artistic direction of this game. Not gonna lie, I was genuinely flabbergasted how there is so much fun content here which is completely optional, and I just happened to stumble upon it because I chose to explore. Unlike the soul of OnlyFans girls, no location in this game feels empty, and a huge reason for that is the combat. The combat of Jedi Survivor is so much fun, it's genuinely addictive, man. Like, this game takes Jedi Fallen Order's combat to a whole new level. There's 5 different combat stances now, and you can select any 2 of them to switch between any time during combat. There's the standard saber, dual saber, the lightsaber staff, the long saber, and the blaster stance with different ammo types. Yes, Cal Kestis gets to go full America mode in this game. Each stance has different advantages and disadvantages of their own, but if we take out the experimentation factor and just talk about pure tactical advantage during combat, why the fuck would anyone pick the long saber stance with its slow ass uninterruptible animations that have you waiting around like an idiot for most of the fight when they can just pick the blaster stance and get more DPS with less than half the effort. I also wish switching between the stances was a little bit faster, and like man, it would have been so cool to have the option to switch between all stances mid-combat. I know this is a different type of game, but we could have had some DMC combo mat type shit here. Respawn, if you're watching this, take notes for the sequel, and also send me money. The sound effects are tuned to perfection. Every hit, parry and push feels satisfying. Force abilities are also expanded upon, giving you way more moves than before. The force push, pull and freeze make a return, but there's new additions like the force lift, force slam, and also mind control.
I'm your ally.
Cal's a snow bunny confirmed. In terms of defense, you have dodging and multiple different types of parrying. Like hell, you can even parry using the force now. You can also do stuff like return to sender. And oh, did I mention that stormtroopers can be dismembered as well now? The enemy variety is just top notch. There are many distinct bad guys here offering much needed variation during fights with their moves and just straight up
Ruthless aggression.
There are a lot of boss fights in this game, and even though there are a few repeating bosses, they are still fun to fight against, for the most part. Don't worry, I'll get to that in a bit. Positioning is important during combat because at times you can get cornered and end up getting bullied like this. There are also a lot more finishers this time around, which change depending upon what stance you have equipped and are so cool and stylish. The music is also good and fits well where it's played, but I don't find it very memorable though. Combat is satisfying and dynamic with a lot more moves and abilities that can be chained together compared to Fallen Order.
Helicopter, helicopter.
That means there's way more ways to style on these fools here. Holy shit, this is amazing! As you get good at Jedi Survivor and keep upgrading Cal, you can get to a point in this game where it can turn into one of the best power fantasies ever as you straight up annihilate everyone who comes in your way. Not Rick the door technician though, he's way too cool for this shit. No Rick, I can't fight you. That's it. You can't make me hurt Rick, game. Do better. The total annihilation I was talking about falls in line with how Cal went from level 1 crook to level 100 mafia boss over the years. Alright, I don't feel like doing this boss fight anymore. That right there is what we call efficiency, kids. Seriously, you can be a force of nature here. This is basically a how many puns can I fit in one video challenge for me. That being said, the combat also has its fair share of issues. Some of the boss fights are just straight up bullshit. It's like the devs couldn't think of making the enemy bosses interesting or difficult in a meaningful way, so they just resorted to one-hit kill terrible hitbox moves like this. Do I even get to play the game anymore? Hello?
Are you serious right now, bro?
Movement during combat can also feel a bit janky at times, and also the camera can be absolutely miserable. It can be so unbelievably bad. Out of everyone you fight in this game, the camera is legit the worst enemy of them all. Great. Just great. I'm having so much fun, guys. Now, most problems I've mentioned here don't seem like that big of a deal, so why don't I recommend this game? Well, the simple answer to that is the technical issues. First of all, we have to talk about the bugs. Wow. The game is so good that you don't even need to use the force anymore. The enemies just hang in the air by themselves. God damn, there are a lot of bugs here. Whoa! I didn't know this was a species in Star Wars. And these visual bugs are not a one-time thing either. These same glitches keep happening again and again, all the time, every time. It is baffling. But even if you ignore these, you can't ignore the other bigger technical problems this game has in the name of performance. The most major technical issue consoles have is cutscenes running at 30 FPS, but then all of a sudden, this one cutscene runs at 60 FPS. But wait, someone on Reddit found a way to make every cutscene run at 60 FPS, but then Respawn patched it out. I also experienced a problem where the game won't give me the trophy for completing every side quest even though I have completed them and verified it from multiple sources. But my god man, all of this doesn't even compare to how abysmal this game's PC port is. From frame pacing issues to constant stuttering, from unjustified performance to poor resource utilization, Star Wars Jedi Survivor is the perfect example of how not to make a PC port. Also, there is no fucking reason for this game to be 160 gigabytes. EA has rolled out like 10 patches for this game till now, and it is so funny how every patch fixes the game by like only 2% but introduces even more problems. Hell, a lot of people are still experiencing frequent crashes in this game. It is an absolute train wreck that is still not in a playable state on PC after over 2 years since its original release. But of course you have corporate meat-riding buffoons who make it their job to defend an evil-ass company that couldn't care less even if they died. So take a good look, people. This right here is why gaming sucks today. I get sad when I think about this game for too long because Star Wars Jedi Survivor is the rare occurrence where we have a sequel that is better in almost every way possible, so it is such a damn shame that this game will never escape the shadow cast by its technical issues. It will just end up in people's memory as yet another game EA failed, which is hilarious considering that EA might not even be the main culprit this time around.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Huge thanks to everyone who watched till the end. Here's another video that YouTube thinks that you might like, so be sure to check it out as well. As always, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.